Quickie one and done, as I always say. Well, not always. That's a shout out to Pooh, aka DJ Brixx. Talent runs strong in his family. His boy does some amazing cover songs for Ryan Upchurch, actually. I need to get a link and get that posted. I'm gonna mess around with this right quick. Saffron first, as always. I need some good old DJ software like back in the day. Alright. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's do a soft little exit. Get this to getting. Hold on. What's up, fam? Maxwell, hello. Mr. President, Cindy. My son's life mattered, hello. Alright, that's enough of that right quick, because this, to me, I don't know, I found myself just kind of searching the interwebs, right? I need to make clear, this case is a very much stand-alone, has nothing to do with any events whatsoever in recent memory. This apparently is a case, I think, over 5 years old, so let's get that, real crisp and clear. I never knew about this. I went through this very large YouTuber, Penguins. He's got like 12 million subs, and I learned about this case. So let me say some hellos and just do a quick little react as I'm still learning. It's not just going to be clips. There's going to be some information, including current information, posted by the family. And I find this case to be just absolutely tragic, and it should be an example. And again, please, nobody conflate this with anything else, okay? This stands on its own. So what's up? I've said my hellos to those of you there. Sean. I got the message. Be available if you can tomorrow at 5 p.m., okay, Eastern Standard. Dusty, Brianna, or Brennan, hello. I would love to catch up with you. Shabbat shalom. Brooke, Lilith, everybody, brothers, sisters, mothers, daughters, sons, brothers. Okay, neighbors, I think I already said. Okay. So, let me get into this. Let me close some tabs out. Some of my more intelligent moderators pointed some things out to me, and so I don't want to make any mistakes. So here we are. I won't call this the dregs of the internet per se, but because, and thankfully it was like one YouTuber led me to this case. And this case is, well, first I'll play the story and I'll fill in some blanks, and then I'll open the article. Let me ensure that you guys are seeing the breakdown, because I'm looking at my phone and I don't know that it's caught up. Okay, there's a little bit of a lag. My apologies. So here's the story. Okay, this is just this is a swatting that happened 5 years ago. 5 years ago, unrelated to anything that has been reported recently. Okay, and it's heartbreaking, downright heartbreaking over something so petty. I was able to obtain the audio, almost the entirety of the phone call, which thankfully this clip here has, of the coward that had this orchestrated over some beef on Twitch, over getting angry that somebody kept beating them on a video game. This is the underbelly. There's some things that have been happening. I'm grateful to have the outside perspective, and as I observe, I'm continuing to just kind of study it. And we all know I know an accredited journalist. I'm a huge fan of his, CanCon. Check him out, and his show on Rumble. and I asked him, hey, if I was to compile some information here and there, could I submit something? Not for the Gateway Pundit, but in general. So with that being said, though, let me slow down, rewind, and show you guys what I learned about this specific case. And let's see what it reveals. The name that I want everybody to know is Andrew Finch.
A man in Los Angeles is under arrest for a suspected prank that originated in the gaming community but turned deadly in real life in Kansas. John Blackstone with how it unfolded.
Wichita police officers believe...
I have not completed this video. This will be my first react to it. I only got less than a minute in.
They were responding situation when Andrew Finch was shot dead after he appeared to be reaching for a weapon.
So, thankfully, because I did some research about this case, this is what the officer who was acquitted of the charges because they found more fault with the asshole that orchestrated the swatting, who took no accountability for this. He was trying to blame the people he got involved to help him felicitate this, even though on the call you will hear him. There's some pieces of the call here, and I'll fill in some of the blanks again. I don't know how I feel about the officer. You could say he was a victim of the circumstances, but the officer, it was like serving a no-knock. Just open the door, or the son opened the door, who was the primary target, I believe, and allegedly, the official report said that this father, in front of his child and wife, was unalived for reaching for something. That's the official report.
He didn't knock on the door. My son opened it because he heard something. He screamed, and then they shot him.
Is the audio okay? If not, I'm going to raise it. Sorry for the interrupting. I will raise that audio. There we go. Much better. Much better. Might be a little bit too loud, but it's important stuff. This kind of stuff.
A mistake started by this phony call to 911.
I'm just pointing the gun at them, making sure they stay in the closet. It's my mom and my little brother.
Thank you for the clarification. It should be much better now.
Okay, is there any way you can put the gun up?
Oh, rewind. Okay, here we go. So this is the scumbag, all right? This is the kid. I forget, he must have been in his 20s. This is part of the audio call. We'll see what he shares in this, and then I'll share what they didn't.
911.
I'm just pointing the gun at them, making sure they stay in the closet. It's my mom and my little brother. Okay, is there any way you can put the gun up? No.
Police believe the call was actually made by 25-year-old Tyler.
25-year-old Tyler something or another, who is now, I have learned, serving 20 years. I think there's enough for him to be sentenced to life, personally. If you get to hear more of that call, I hope they play more, because it's he set this up to be the worst possible outcome. Let's see.
Barris, 1,300 miles away in Los Angeles. Finch's death is the first known fatality caused by a dangerous hoax called swatting.
This term, swatting, the idea is get the SWAT team out, trick the SWAT team. The people who perpetrate this are looking for a tactical response.
Real quick, it doesn't look like they're going to play more of that phone call, so let me share what he did say to the dispatcher. I just unalived and pew-pewed my roommate in the head. I am thinking of pouring... I poured gasoline all over the house, and I'm thinking of lighting it. The dispatcher's like, why would you do that? He's like, I don't know. And he even goes as far as, do you have my correct address? And that's on another video that's probably copywritten. That's the audio I found. So bear that in mind as we see somebody learning about this. Like, what I really want to know about the somewhat older generation, that's on here. Like, I'm aware of older people that are very much a part of some of this stuff, but there's many who I am involved with, that I'm friends with, that just don't know some of the dregs and some of the underbelly of the internet, you know. And when I was describing some of those videos last night, I saw some people very shocked at what I was sharing, but I just want people to know this is a part of what is impacting the, do I say current, younger, older generation, or just the human condition in general? This is the new developing brain, and there is going to be people being desensitized or feeling very emboldened. Apparently, some studies have shown since the lockdown, people have become a bit more sour, more disconnected, and, well, not a lot of positive has come out of that. So, with that being said.
John Bennett heads the FBI in San Francisco.
They want to see armed officers. They want to see bomb dogs, helicopters. That's all part of the fun they see in this, and that can be very very devastating.
The swatting targets are sometimes celebrities like Rihanna and Justin Bieber.
I don't give a
but
shit.
often online gamers, People making the false 911 calls.
Oh, you guys are missing something. Let me rewind. They're playing some footage at the bottom, and my stupid little camera is blocking that from you guys. Matter of fact, let's get my handsome face off so you guys can see everything I see. There we go. All right. I gotta hit this just right. Come on. Yay. Okay. Here we go. Let me make sure that you guys forget the Rihanna, Justin Bieber. I don't care
Like
about
Rihanna
this.
and
Yeah.
Bieber,
That makes it
but are
worse,
often
right?
Online gamers. People making the false 911
Look at that
calls
takedown.
and then watch live online what happens next.
And this is supposed to be
victim
funny.
Doesn't even realize that this is being done to them, and they want to record this live stream as SWAT is coming into the house.
Here, we got a small enough group right now. Thank you, Seafowls. And yes, like and subscribe. If you are here and just here and you're okay with showing that you're here in support, go ahead and hit 1. That would mean a lot. I'd appreciate it. Just hit 1, even if you're not a normal commenter, usual commenter. This is what we'd call roll call in the family. And yes, please support all the links dropped. That's a big part of the family here. But yeah, I'd like to see, and go ahead and feel free to hit the like button on your way out, on your way in, whatever you choose. But I'd like to see that roll call if we. Thank you, Brooke. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm gonna keep going, but I'm gonna look back. Appreciate that, guys, very, very much.
Detective Richard Wistocki says hackers can make calls to 911 appear to be local, but can come from anywhere around the world.
Got 7,
He's been
8.
target himself.
Thank you,
Well, the
Seafowls.
guy who swatted my house lived in Finland.
9.
Local police forces are not required to report swatting
10. Thank you,
incidents
Mark,
to the
man.
FBI,
Appreciate it,
so
brother.
there are no national figures.
11.
But calling for a SWAT team unnecessarily.
That just something as simple as a roll call, it really does mean a lot, because I'm familiar with some channels that they just get hate watched and stream sniped. Thank you very much. I will be rewatching all the comments. D-Lib, good to see you. Warrior Mom, Maxwell, that game looks pretty neat. Nick, good to see you. Everybody, thank you. All right.
Can be expensive, dangerous, and as we've now seen in Wichita, deadly.
Now there is. Okay, do I want to take a little risk here? Let's see. Maybe okay, so this is another YouTuber who is very popular. I wanted to play the snippets and his explanation, how he downplays. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to monetize this video. Thank you, Jeremy. Oh, Jeremy, man, I recognize you. You're very, you've just been cool from day one. So I thank you. Thank you very much for that, for the support. And I hope to continue to be a better version and to earn the support you guys have offered. So thank you, sincerely. Here's a portion of the phone call that I wanted to play.
Had an altercation regarding Call of Duty World War II that led to Casey threatening Shane that he was going to SWAT him, and Shane thought it would be a good idea to give Casey his old address and say, you know what, here's my address, obviously faking that it's his address, but it's...
This is not the case that's related to the one we just learned about, but I do want to add also real quick, I'm thinking about making a Rumble, because I'm getting awfully tired about being concerned about everything and anything. But moving forward, okay, that's for later.
Place he used to live at. So he's like, hey, yo, SWAT me. If you got the balls, then SWAT me. Casey then gets in contact with a friend named Tyler Barris, age 20, who ends up making the fraudulent
this is the guy.
Cops ended up showing up at Shane's old address. There's a new family living there. I mean, what did you expect? People live in houses, right? Families live in houses. Yeah, so the police pull up, right? And in case you want to hear what a fake 911 call made by a pussy sounds like, here you go.
Okay.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Now you're going to hear what I said, but you get to hear it for yourself. Bear in mind, this caused a completely innocent party and multiple lives to be ruined. One life snuffed out. Bear that in mind as you listen to this entire fucking fool make this call.
Tell me exactly what happened.
They were arguing and I shot him in the head.
Much love, Pooh. I played your song, brother. What's up, Independent, my man? Everything is fantastic, brother. Everything's good. Hey, Mita Yuki, I hope I said that right. Queen.
Anymore.
Jessica, hi.
Okay, so what's going on right now?
All right, listen to this. This is how he ensures that the worst possible outcome, the worst of humanity, is exposed just in this action, in this cowardly call.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any weapons on you?
Yeah, I do.
What kind of weapons do you have?
Handgun. Because I already poured gasoline all over the house. I might just set it on fire.
Okay, well, we don't need to do that, okay?
In a little bit, I might.
Why would you do that?
Do you have my address correct?
So that right there, that last question, it's just the nail on the head. This man had a target, and what was it? Over a dare. Somebody that was whooping his ass in Call of Duty said, I dare you to swat me. Sure, stupid thing to say. Absolutely. But to go in so far as taking that bluff, I mean, come on, like, sincerely, truly, and honestly. If you want to get into this level of trolling, I don't know, get a stupid pizza he doesn't have to pay for. But this entirely just moronic action led to so much damage. And still to this day, the family is asking for justice.
The police arrive, guns already drawn, and they ask the father of the home to put his hands up. And according to one officer, it seemed like he was going to pull something out. So that officer went ahead and shot and killed him. Yes, in front of his wife and children. His name was Andrew Finch. After news came out that the man had died, the swatter actually started tweeting, and his handle was Swatistic, and was saying that, the officer's actually the one that killed him. Untrained officer. Maybe it could have been an untrained officer, but it was really horrible trying to see him justify the fact that he led to this man dying.
You said this on
Again, thank you, Jeremy, my brother. Much love from AZ. I believe that to be Arizona. The support means so much, and I promise you, pretty much 90% of the proceeds that come from YouTube is going to bettering. I need a studio, but thank you, sincerely. I still get very awfully uncomfortable when I get any support like that, and I'm not accustomed to it, but thank you. Now I'm just sounding stupid, but moving forward, this right here on this podcast is where you see this name right here. You see my mouse, I hope. Infamy runs XBL at Swatistic. That's the dude's name. This is him justifying and belittling the damage he's done. Listen to this.
Twitter. You said, I didn't get anyone killed because I didn't discharge a weapon, and being a SWAT member isn't my profession. So do you take any...
What a cognitive dissonance. What a complete... Hold on. Let me mess around with the camera works, guys. I need to stop procrastinating, get things done here. I'm really trying to be that better channel that I keep promising. All right. So this.
Responsibility for what happened?
The argument can be made that the police would have never shut up if I didn't make the call. However,
the argument could be made, really. They went to the correct address, but your intended victim was not living there, nor was his family. So you had some other child's father, some woman's husband, somebody's uncle, somebody's neighbor, somebody's something. Okay? Somebody that was many things. Ended because of petty pride, bravado, taking things way too far. In the name of what? In the name of what? What is the grand intention and reward to accomplish something like this? Sorry guys, I've learned to close my eyes when I want to start rambling off. But I really want to envision, I want to fully understand what one hopes to do. Do you congregate and high five and play it back and forth? And then when the worst possible outcome happens, what is the celebration then? Then it's, fuck around and find out. And to my knowledge, this guy that's belittling the situation got his 20 years.
I don't believe that I'm the only guilty party involved in this whole incident.
Who else is guilty?
I was contacted and,
Oh, that's right. Somebody else contacted him to ask him to swat the person.
It almost instructed to swat and taunted to swat an address.
I mean, you made a fraudulent
taunted to so he had no free will, apparently. No free will. I'm not going to play too much of the content from this individual YouTuber.
Oh, what the fuck did you expect, right? Casey was sentenced to 1 year and 3 months in prison and
That's the guy that contacted the individual who did the call. He got 1 year and 3 months, okay. Plus 2 years community service. I don't know. How do you feel about that? I mean, this was the... I guess that was the strike of the match, right? That sparks the fire. The fire is the individual that made the call.
2 years community service. Shane was sentenced to 2 years probation, and Tyler Bears, aka SWAT
20 years
was
federal.
to 20 years in federal prison. A man's life was taken, sadly. A father's life, a husband's life. Rest in peace to Andrew Finch. So, what happens to the people that make fraudulent 911 or 999 calls? Well, they get caught and charged with crimes. Doesn't matter if they use a VPN. Doesn't matter.
I'm just in general interested in this bit of information, given what I covered earlier. You know, getting the information from my journalist friend and talking about, you know, a possible story about this kind of stuff. So let me listen.
If they're using a special software that you can't get traced back to you, dude, the FBI is gonna get on your ass. Honestly, 99% of the time it seems like swatters are caught. So, how do you avoid being swatted? Well, like I mentioned before, you can go on
that information. Well, how do you avoid it? You're on white pages. He'll tell you.
Websites and remove yourself before any hacker finds out.
You can take yourself off of the pages. The companies that do like standard background checks, often, I think 99% of the time, you're unaware. Your information's out there. Doesn't take a lot. So here, I'll play this so that the innocents out there, if we can use the term, can be aware on how to prevent such actions. Because these YouTube streets are crazy, no joke, and just because that crap happened on Twitch doesn't mean it hasn't happened on YouTube.
At the end of the day, it's all about being anonymous on the internet, right? For influencers, it's a little bit different. I feel like we have a lot of our information out there on our Wikitubia pages. Shout out to Wikitubia, that clearly tells everyone I'm 5'9". Thanks for doing that. But y'all know Short King Spring is coming up. Short King Spring is coming up. Anyway, it's possible to call your local authorities and advise them with something like, hey, some kids are going to do something malicious with my address. I just want to call in.
Hello,
what
Bahag.
Happens. But I just want to let you know it's fake. Doing so won't stop the police from coming to your house. They just know that they don't have to be as aggressive. Some stations actually add your address to a registry that lets them know that there's suspicious activity going on, right? But of course they have to show up because it's their job. Many streamers have had that awkward conversation of, I got swatted, I'm a Twitch streamer, and they gotta explain Twitch. Sometimes the cop knows, sometimes they don't. You can actually see in some VODs where people get swatted, the streamer has to explain, you know, what's going on.
Someone really swatted me then.
Oh, I've seen this before.
What it swatted me is my job is streaming video games. People don't like what I do. They get my information, call the cops. I'm doing my job right now.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end this section off with a nice rhyme. Swatting isn't funny, swatting is for dummies. If you decide to swat, you will get caught. Hey guys, this video was
Okay, remember, no conflation with anything else. It's just something that has caught my attention this entire case. Now, I'm not going to sit here. I'll provide the link for this this video, which I got through another huge YouTuber. And if you guys want to catch it, I will provide just that. I'm going to keep that, though. So on the case of the father, you know, more than that, this human being that was snuffed out over the stupidest, pettiest crap ever. Internet frickin' pride. Here's a more very, very recent article from last year, not long ago. This has been updated a couple of times. Here we go. Okay, so let me see. I believe there's been a massive conflict regarding the family not entirely enjoying the fact that the officer that did end up making the ultimate decision, you know what I mean, to hit that trigger, that he was acquitted of all charges. So let me see what this is going to cover. Wichita, Kansas, a Wichita mother who lost her son in a police... Is this the same thing? 5 years is long enough to wait for the city. Want to make sure I'm going to read the right article. I got to see... Finch, it is. Okay, all right, so let's see. My apologies. All right. Wants to know when the city of Wichita will pay up. Andrew Finch died 5 years ago this month. His mother says that should be... God, his parents are still around. That should be plenty of time for the city to have settled money on his 2 children. Lisa Finch spoke to the Wichita City Council Tuesday morning. Do you guys think your families matter more to you than mine does to me? She asked. My grandchildren don't have a father. Their mother does not have her soulmate. On December 28, 2017, the Wichita Police Department was sent to the Finch home because someone had reported. We went over that already. At the time, the officer did not know it was a hoax called swatting. Finch went to the home's front porch, talked to officers. So the father went there to try to just, hey, here's what's happening. And apparently at some point there was a reach. During their interaction, another officer fired at him. Finch expired. The officer initially told detectives that he thought Finch had a pure, but testified, I feel ridiculous coding that word, but testified later that he did not see a weapon and fired on him based on his hand motions. The plot thickens, and now, wow, I gotta speak with my old friend that is, I don't know if he's an officer yet or well on his way. I need to get another perspective and opinion because I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? An officer that on the scene said, I saw a weapon. I believe that's what he said, or that he was going to reach. Let me get this correct. This is important. This is somebody's life. Okay, so during their interaction, another officer fired at him, yes. The officer initially told detectives, okay? So after this, right after the scene, after the incident, he said Finch had the freaking firearm, but in court, under oath, he said he never saw a weapon. It was only based on his hand motions. Now I'd love to ask my friend, he's always, I'm going to say it, I mean, unless enough evidence is shown to him, he will always back the blue. And he's always one to firmly believe official reports. We always absolutely disagree on that. I need to get him on this. Okay, we're going to go in the 5 years since Finch's end, the Kansas legislature passed the Andrew Finch anti-swatting bill. It's so sad. We got to make laws because of stupid people. The people responsible for the hoax have been sentenced, and the WPD promoted the officer who took Finch's life. However, lawsuits to get I'm learning all of this and it's a little shocking. However, lawsuits to get money for Finch's 2 children are stuck in the courts. I love when bureaucracy and red tape get involved when it comes to getting justice for the working citizens, working class folks. Reminds me of hashtag find Jamie Valdez, please, because the Boonesville, Arkansas Police Department has failed immensely. Do I still... Oh, yeah. Ben Villarreal, that police chief who's still there working, and for the last update I've given, Sean and the Valdez family made a request almost 2 weeks ago for DNA discovered after the FOIA request was honored, and the lab, and every time they call for an update, it just hasn't happened yet, or, this, that, and the other, excuses and procrastination. What is up with that? These are services that we pay for. We trust in some form of a greater good. Or is it all just some grand scheme of a lie? Just so we can have the illusion of security. So we don't rock the boat too much. Call me a conspiracy theorist. Tell me there's a tinfoil hat layered under my scalp. But I have ceased in believing that any mainstream outlets and the powers that be have any interest in us having real justice. And speaking of that, I see a quote that's going to hit pretty close. Let me see. All right, a family spokesperson said the girl is now starting to ask about what happened to her father. Oh my goodness. And I understand the father was unalived in front of his children, by the way. It was not the older teenager that was targeted, remember. So this was in front of a toddler girl and a 7-year-old boy. The son is starting to read about the shooting on the internet. Andrew Finch's mother says the city council has the power to demand a settlement for the family. This is where we're supposed to respect and trust our local politicians, and this is an opportunity. Same with the Valdez family. Boonesville, Arkansas, step up, please. You quote justice for all every time you say the Pledge of Allegiance, she told council members Tuesday. When will justice be served in this? When will this case come to a close? Right or wrong, justice. Whether we win or lose, it's time to move forward. I respect the hell out of that. Whether we win or lose, they are owed their day in court. We all are owed that much. That's not entitlement. That's called being an American fucking citizen. When she was finished speaking, the mayor thanked her. I hope there's more than a frickin' handshake and a pat on the back. Thanks for being a good citizen. And some people in the audience applauded. The mayor then reminded the audience about having decorum during council meetings. Don't applaud the citizen too much now, guys. We can't have the powers that be that are currently watching being hyperly aware of any form of unity or solidarity. So please cease the clapping. It's a little much, okay? Maintain civility. We only clap when we laugh all the way to the bank behind closed doors as we lie to you in public in our campaign ads and make promises we never keep. Okay, the council did not say anything. What? Wait, hold up. The council did not say anything else to Lisa Finch, and she left the podium. That can't be it. Are you fucking kidding me? KSN News spoke to Mayor Brandon Whipple after the meeting and asked him about the Finch family. The Finch lawsuit is still in litigation at the moment. I'm sure that so many people have reached out to this family. We are still following the legal process. That good old legal process that works all the more quick if you have the money, right? He said the city council cannot get involved. What's the use of voting locally anymore? By God, I mean, there's so much just shade in general at the whole spectrum of voting. And we're supposed to trust everything on a local level. That's where it starts. And that's the answer you get. We can't get involved. Well, fuck you very much. We're not privileged to influencing the courts or that legislative process. I guess my lawyer friend can make that make sense to me. It is an absolute terrible situation. This is the fluff right here. And every time Miss Finch comes in to talk with us, we're reminded that we want to keep moving forward so that we can come to the legal conclusion of this, he said. The Finch family spokesperson said there will be a vigil. This is already passed, December 28th. The 5th anniversary of Andrew Finch's death. Everyone is invited. Okay. After that, people will get in their cars for a slow drive. All right, so that's it. Not actual justice, just a service. And that's pretty damn sad. I don't know what more to say. Pretty damn sad. Let's see if I could find a little bonus for you guys real quick. Wow, I mean, I'm right now... Oh, man. So I'm thinking about two things consecutively here. A part of me is thinking, screw the monetization. Just play stuff. You know, if I don't click something that has the gray CC with the copyright on it, we can play it and get away with it. I think I'm going to take some risks here. We'll see what happens. I'll get a review. Let me see what this is about from 4 years ago. And some stuff on Reddit that's always a little crazy, but you know, we're still here, family. It's midnight. I should be sleeping. Hold on, we don't need to hear that. Instead, we should be listening to Pooh, aka DJ Brixx. All right.
Fighting incident caught on camera.
Hey, that guy.
A popular YouTube neighbor, Peter Verardi, just 12 years old. Gio Benitez here with the story, and Gio.
Let me ensure, my friends, that I do not block the content. So, let me get to getting. Alright, when the information is more important than the individual delivering it. Here we go. 12-year-old gamer targeted. Jesus H.
Police surrounded his home. Scariest moment of Peter's life.
I mean, George, can you even imagine this kid was just sitting there playing his
No,
game,
I don't think
tens
he can.
of thousands watching live on YouTube.
Hey,
when
Don.
a prankster called police about a fake tragedy at their home.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna end my stream now.
12-year-old gamer Peter Verardi, known to his more than 100...
The internet is such a dangerous, dangerous place for not only everyone and people that agree. Like, once you're an adult and you say, I'm going to go on a public platform, I mean, it's pretty much free reign, okay? But a 12-year-old, I mean, what a risk. I don't know that I know any parents that say, okay, you know, I trust you to go on the dregs of the internet and hope for the best. My brother, my nephew, my brother's son, he's doing pretty well for himself, but I mean, he's in college now. All right, let me stay on topic here.
100,000 YouTube followers as Raleigh was streaming his gameplay on the website when police came knocking.
We got spotted, guys. We got spotted.
This was
That's terrible.
Berardi's view from his couch as the sheriff approached. Someone had called 911 claiming a mother and son were going to hang themselves.
Oh my God, man.
What are you guys gonna
There
do?
is nothing funny about this. I know from the troll's perspective. You know, when I was younger, I wouldn't have done crap like this. But I can understand, you know, when you're behind the keyboard and disconnected, disassociated from actual reality and having an impact on human beings. And to find this funny, I just, I don't understand it. And maybe it's because I have the benefit of having a little bit more of a clear head and being older now that I see this for what it is. I used to do prank calls on Facebook when I was in my early 20s. Nothing like this, though. I just can't wrap my head around it. But go ahead and look at your Reddit, your 4chans, and whatever. Go ahead and look at the non-regulated internet. You know, get off of the triple W. What is it? I don't want to sound like a moron here. I don't want to say the dark web, but you know what we're on. What we know as the face value internet is a small fraction of what the real internet is.
Do this. I'm not even sure if I can.
Somehow, one of his followers found his home.
Hold on.
If I can.
The trauma.
What are
This.
you guys gonna do this? I'm not even sure if I can.
Somehow, one of his followers found his home address and sent police.
They come in, kind of rushing in, kind of like, you know, there was a disturbance call. What's going on? I'm like, you tell me what's going on. So it was pretty scary.
My mind was thinking of a million things like, wow, people have our address now. You know, we could be in danger. And, you know, I thought that, you know, I might have, like, you know, got, like, shot or something.
Celebrities like Ashton Kutcher and Justin...
Why do they always gotta mention the celebrities? I don't give a shit. Okay, they're good. Legally, financially, they have every resource available. This is the second damn swatting clip I've played, and it's a separate case entirely. Why am I looking at Justin Bieber's fucking face again? Sincerely. I don't care.
Bieber have been victims of swatting. Authorities say the cases can be difficult to prosecute because they're often juvenile pranks, but they can turn deadly. Tyler Barris was arrested and charged with involuntary manslaughter after phoning in a bogus call to 28-year-old Andrew Finch's home. The incident scared him. Peter Verardi says while the incident scared him, he still loves entertaining his YouTube audience.
I really want to keep going with YouTube. It's been my dream since I was 3 years old.
And no word yet this morning whether police have figured out who placed that call, but we know that the FBI estimates that some 400 cases of swatting occur every year in this country.
400? Okay, this was 4 years ago, I believe, and the other case 5 years ago. And new regulations, laws, I mean, everything. When this level of maliciousness continues on the wild frontier that is the internet, it's only going to serve to hurt all of us, I promise. They're going to tighten up so much that the internet will be a fraction of what it always has been to us. Please don't ruin it for the rest of us.
About doing this, know that you will likely be caught.
This is so dangerous.
Yeah.
12-year-old boy, too. Scary boy. All right. Thank you so much, Gio.
Hi, everyone.
I hope the hiding of Boghag was an accident. I saw the comment. It's all good. We're going to keep on keeping on. You want the, deep web and not the dark web. Yes, correct. Oh, we don't need to hear George Stephanopoulos about any of that. All right, let me get... Somebody's messaging me. I'm sorry, I can't get to it at the moment. Hold up. Closing. Okay, damn. Okay, I was going to take a little look at something kind of risk. Actually, if I play the video that I found here, I am 100% certain this live will get in lots of trouble. But I just want to... Here, this is an open screen moment. It's midnight. Let me give my very simple announcement. I assured you since last night's very deep introspection, and I was in a dark place at the time, but it was healthy for me. You know, it helps me avoid whatever, thinking about the bottle, not that I was, but with that, outside of having those moments where I can just go on a complete tangent about what's inside my heart, I am invested in manning up to being that better channel. And I've met some new people, new channels just tonight, and the pond is becoming an ocean. I don't want to get so ahead of myself that I lose sight, but everybody is aware. Anybody that feels they have a story, Maxwell, you're one of them, that they want to either have a private conversation. Sean, you're the first one. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. I'm going to put it on my phone. But aside from that, this needs to be a channel that's for everybody. And if you feel you have been through something, anything, military, jail, your own life experience, it doesn't have to be those things. Everything under the sun. If you feel that you've been through something and you are able to come out as a survivor and recognize your worth and that you're a fighter, then yes, you have an open invitation to get on this panel and have a one-on-one, and then maybe from there we'll slowly build, and that's what I'm hoping to see. I do believe that the next rotation of the group of us, similar to when RJ, Forging, DC Irish, Breaking Fetters were all present, I believe for the time being that we will all be on Breaking Fetters channel, but we still have to have a meetup, get all of our aces in their places and see what happens. But I have a very huge list and a bunch of tabs and everything I'm writing when I can for all... Oh, my camera froze. Fantastic. Well, at least this timing is just fine. Yeah, what a great picture. Let's see. Nope, that didn't work. All right, so just know, guys, I'm constantly thinking and actively working to making sure that this channel is a better version of what it ever has been. And I thank you all for not leaving me behind when I've constantly tried to reinvent myself, when I have questioned my own actions, and you know, it's a learning process. This is the game called life, right? And I know I say a lot of quotes and they get tiresome, but quoting Linkin Park Hybrid Theory, the journey is always, to me, the journey is more important than the end or the start. And this journey, you are all very much a part of it. You're helping me keep this ship afloat, and the gratitude I have cannot be expressed enough. Thank you for each and every single one of you, for the value, the love you've shown, for all the positivity amongst all the toxicity that's out there, and for the support. Any little super chat, donation, or even just your click on the thumbs up, or a comment, or hitting one when I say roll call. Every part of this journey means the world to me. You all mean the world to me. And in turn, I'm going to try to build something that represents a world we can all enjoy right here on this little slice of the internet known as Progressive Patriot. And that's it. That's me signing off. Y'all take care. Much love to each and every one of you. Mutated Illustration, your new name, and you're more than welcome. Sean and Mishka, you two need to speak. That's something that needs to be orchestrated, actually. That would be fantastic. Thank you, Brook420. Shamrock, you're an OG. Queen Survivor, you're amazing. And here, let me see. Dusty, you're my brother. Thank you for always checking on me. Boghag, Dawn, Maxwell, we will be speaking as well. All right, family. That's it. Here, one more. Look at that face. Okay, I don't want to. Good night, guys. Signing off.